What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jim with Two Fat Guys Pull List. Before the video starts, I just want to give you a little bit of a heads up of what we're doing on the channel. Right now, we're doing a giveaway for subscribers. So if you're subbed to the channel, you are entered in already to win some slabs. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on this channel before the end of the year. And right now, we're kind of sitting at like 53 right now at the time of this video. But that really doesn't matter. Whenever you're watching this video, just check our sub count. But we're going to be giving away slabs at 100, 250 subs, 500 subs, and then obviously 1,000. So at 100 subs, we're giving away this Wolverine Origins Canadian variant 1 in 50, 9.6 CGC graded. It's a pretty sweet cover. It's a little bit older of a slab, but this is the first slab we're giving it away at 100 subscribers. Next up, at 200 subscribers, we're giving away a 9.8 CGC graded Batman Who Laughs #1 death metal tie-in. Or not death metal, I'm sorry, Dark Knight's tie-in. No. Dark Knight's metal tie-in. Jeez, I can't. Anyway, we're giving away this book at 250 subscribers. After that, at 500 subscribers, we're giving away Wolverine #1 from the 1988 series, the first ongoing series at a 9.4 grade from CGC. So this is a pretty big boy. I really don't want to give this one away, but if we hit at 500 subscribers, we're going to give you this book. So subscribe. And last but not least, when we hit 1,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year, we are going to give away a 9.8 CBCS graded Original Sin Amazing Spider-Man #4, the first appearance of Silk. So, pretty big ass book, pretty big ass key. You know, it's been rumored that Silk is going to have, you know, some kind of appearance, whether in the Spider-Verse or in her own show or movie. Who knows? But it's coming. So, that being said, guys, all you have to do is subscribe, and you are entered to win one of these slabs. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and let's get to the video, shall we? And we've got some big news going on in the comic book world today. Something massive got announced today, so let's just get into it. So, directly from Marvel.com, we have Marvel and Penguin Random House announces exclusive worldwide multi-year agreement to distribute Marvel comics and graphic novels. Penguin Random House publisher services will begin Marvel's direct market distribution this October. New Marvel comics will continue to be available on Wednesdays at all LCSs everywhere. Mm-hmm. So let's get into the meat.
Get into the meat. So, Marvel Comics and Penguin Random House Publisher Services, a division of Penguin Random House, also they refer to them as PRH throughout, the renowned trade book publisher, today announced an exclusive worldwide multi-year sales and distribution agreement for Marvel's newly published and backlist comic books, trade collections, and graphic novels to comic shops, known as the direct market. PRH officially begins its distribution to direct market retailers for all Marvel titles starting on October 1st. After a thorough analysis of the market environment, Marvel has chosen PRH as its distribution partner to create a sustainable, productive supply chain and enhanced infrastructure for Marvel publications that will benefit comic retailers and fans alike for years to come. Penguin Random House is known for its state-of-the-art, multi-ranging services and enable independent booksellers to increase efficiency and profitability.
So it's what it sounds like, and I know we're going to dive in deeper, but it sounds like in short order, Marvel is getting ready or is jumping off of the Diamond train.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it seems like so far, or at least opening up other avenues for distribution.
Kind of just breaking up the monopoly that is Diamond.
Right.
You know, then we got a statement from Marvel. I mean, we could read it if we want, but, you know, we know that that's kind of more of a PR happy fluff statement.
Yeah.
The one thing I do like, and this is, you know, I think it's still part of the PR statement, but it says Penguin Random House has long committed to physical retail order to foster and grow the direct market. Independently owned brick and mortar bookstores are locally community builders, advocates for books, and a passionate influencer for the industry. I know that obviously that's Marvel just doing its thing to make this look like a positive thing, but I do think that's a true statement. I mean, when we talk about Collected and Ron's store, like outside of this ridiculous pandemic that's been going on for a year, you know, that's what the comic book shop is. It's a place to get together, hang out, read comics, play board games, card games, and just kind of geek out and nerd and build a community, right? And we're kind of doing that here on YouTube too, but I think there's a lot of truth in that statement.
Yeah, I do too. And they say a little bit about it in the next article or the next paragraph too. I'll read that real quick. It says, after seeing double-digit percentage in closures of physical bookstores from 2001 to 2011, and notwithstanding an anticipated rise in ebooks, PRH significantly extended and expanded its outreach to physical retail. Through its robust supply chain of rapid direct shipping, greater access to data, and premier customer service, PRH helped support healthier margins that led to a market turnaround. These past experiences and learnings will be invaluable when adapting for today's physical retailers into the direct market. Now, again, you do have a lot of fluff there. It's not like we're big, we've got like PRH stock or anything like that. But I do think that it is interesting, and I do think it's recognizable that we were talking about this earlier today at work, that like Penguin itself as a publisher is recognizable, and even for people that, I'm a big novel guy, but that hasn't necessarily been your style lately, and the fact that like Penguin still is in your eyes noticeable, or it shows that I think that's a true statement, even though it is a little bit fluffy. They have made an effort to sort of reinvest into physical stores that carry physical material, physical books.
I know. I think that's the first thing I said to you when this came up, and you walked into my office. I was like, I know that publisher. Like I've seen it. It's been on some of the books that I've bought. Like that is a recognizable publisher. And then I think the other thing I said to you, and this could go either way. But I think, again, I'd love to get Ron's perspective over at Collected, and we'll, obviously we're going to see him at the shop. We're going to ask him how he feels about it. But I think just my interpretation off the cuff, this could be a good or bad thing, but I told you, like, this has the potential to get, a comic book stand, a spinner rack in Barnes and Noble. And I'm not saying I'm going to go personally to Barnes and Noble and pick up comics if that happens. But what that does do is it gets a broader base of people picking up comics, whether it's, the 10-year-old or the teenager or the kid in college, picking up books when they maybe have not thought about going into a comic book store and starting somewhere, right? And then if they get into it and they look online and then they see, oh, there's all these variants. Well, I can't get that at Barnes and Noble. Well, I could, go to your comic book store. They might have variants, or they might get into slabs. And, I think it opens the door possibly to gain more people into the comic book world and to get people coming into the LCS and picking up, variants and or other books that may not necessarily be at Barnes and Noble if they don't have if they just have what came out that Wednesday.
Right. I will say
it's
that,
hard.
that does make me a little bit nervous though, because it's essentially like the reintroduction of like newsstand,
Yeah.
The thing that makes me nervous about that is how much that could take away from local comic stores, because the way I understand that it works, whenever you are a store with multiple locations, you buy under one name and then distribute to your other locations. Whether you're a local store that has 2 and 3 shops, or whether you're a national chain that has 20 different stores. The issue is, what kind of discounts is PRH going to offer Barnes and Noble when they're buying in quantities that an LCS could never ever touch, no matter what? And is that going to price LCSs out of single issue comics?
Right.
I don't think it's likely, but I do think that that's something that worries me, that we could see advertised newsstand comics at Barnes and Noble for $1.99, and the LCS has to keep it at the $3.99 marked cover price.
Yeah.
What I think would probably be more beneficial for everyone is maybe a more heightened presence of trade paperback and hardcover volumes in places like Barnes and Noble, but also places like Walmart or Target or I mean, those are two big ones right there. But
Yeah.
just just having those available as a resource and an expansion, I think would be really good. And I even think it would be okay if those were at a discounted rate. Right now there are a lot of places that you can get discounted trades and hardcovers and stuff. But I think that your point's really valid. I think that if this could somehow bring more people into the comic book community, that's healthy for the comic book community. We want the community to grow. We want the sales to go up.
Yeah,
that's how something that we love stays around. Despite
and we want more readers in the community, and we want the store to get more more vocal shoppers in that too. Yeah, more shoppers. The other thing that says here is direct market retailers can choose to order Marvel products directly from PRH or alternatively through Diamond as a wholesaler under terms established by Diamond in the US and UK markets. Hatchet Book Group will continue to manage distribution of Marvel's graphic novels and trade collections to the book market. Marvel's full print online October Marvel previews catalog and comic book solicits will be available in July and distributed by PRH to active accounts. All comic book and trade orders for titles going on sale this October, should be made through PRH. Early solicit titles will be available for order starting on May 26th. Realtors can open a PRH account now to register for Marvel's monthly title catalogs and solicits, which will continue to be available to realtors approximately 3 months ahead on sale. I don't know. I really want to get Ron's perspective on this, and we'll ask him when we go to the store. I know he's been trying to gather as much information as possible today. He's the one that told me about it. I was actually reading Detective Comics on my lunch break, and he sent me a message on Facebook, and he was like, "Hey, I got a video idea for you." And then that broke, and I read it, and I was like, "Holy crap!" So yeah, I'm interested. Obviously, I don't think this is a reaction to DC leaving Diamond. I just think Marvel, and this is all my opinion, I could be totally wrong, but I think, like you said, I think Marvel is trying to break up the monopoly and trying to just get other people in the game. Now, that could be a bad thing, No,
I mean, it could be. It for sure could be, but I think that in a free market, this is what tends to be the most successful. There's a reason why, at least on Facebook, I saw a few people posting about this in, comic Facebook groups, and they were like, "Hell yeah, death to Diamond" and all this stuff, which I think is a little bit of an overreaction. But at the same time, one of the reasons why people have such a bad taste in their mouth of Diamond is because it has a monopoly and because it has not always delivered the best service, delivering books late, delivering books damaged, giving trouble on refunds. And so there are a lot of, not a lot, but there are some people that I saw from on Facebook that are, they at least claim they're shop owners or they run an online store or something, and they're really happy about it. I think that this could be a really good thing, not because it will be the end of Diamond, but because it could force Diamond to step their game up. In order for them to stay around and be able to compete with PRH, they're going to need to make sure that their orders are on time, that their books are in good condition. Maybe they change their shipping methods.
Well, they were supposed to do that when DC left, remember? Like, when DC left, everyone said the same thing, and then, look, we're at the shop, and Jacob's like, "Hey, we're missing books," or, "Oh, shit, these are all bent." Like,
we still haven't gotten our Strange Academy #9.
Or Nonstop Spider-Man for cover A, just haven't gotten it. So, they lost an entire book of comics. So I don't know, they seem to be kind of stubborn in their ways. What I'll be interested to see is, like, the other thing that, when DC left Diamond, it left a lot of the stores, like, out in the cold, and then trying to figure out, like, how is this going to work with my POS system, which just, at least with Marvel, they've picked one, right? They've picked one new distributor, and that's going to be the new, that's the new niche. And so hopefully, like, the transition, if, Ron does decide to go to PRH, hopefully it is a seamless transition into his POS system and how he orders. I really hope it is, because, we talk to Ron a lot, and he tells us kind of, he gives us the inside scoop sometimes. of how seamless or unseamless it is when shit like this happens. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm very interested to see what he has to say about it.
Yeah, I don't often toot this horn, but if there is the American way, it's the free trade system, and it's competition will breed improvements. And so I hope that's I think that might be what Marvel's going for a little bit here. And I wonder if they kind of, I doubt they shopped this out to comic store owners, but in some capacity. But at the same time, I wonder if I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, Marvel doesn't give a shit if their books come damaged to a local comic shop, because they've already made their money. They make their money off of the initial sale,
right?
And so there's got to be a reason why Marvel's making this effort, right? And it really seems that, in a time like this, whenever people are going, AT&T hates physical comics, they're going to kill DC's physical comics, we're not going to see them anymore, they're going to sell the characters to to Marvel, and they're only going to make movies. I think this is a clear indicator that Marvel's like, yeah, that's not where we're at all. We're doubling down. We really believe in the physical print copy of comics, and we're going to enter into another partnership with a distributing company.
Yeah, I mean, think about, like, when a Disney Plus show comes out and we're like, we got to go find, we got to go find that key or whatever, and then they're like, all right, well, we'll do a new ongoing, and that's gonna, and it, I know that frustrates some people in the comic community, like, oh, it's just because of the show. Well, yeah, but there's 8, 10, 12 older, younger children that are like, I want to go get comics now. Like, how many times did we talk to Ron during the WandaVision series, and like everybody that was walking in was talking about the show, and then in doing so, they went and bought a comic book, or they were looking for something that was associated with the show.
It's the same reason why I got into comics. I mean, I wouldn't have even given them the light of day if it hadn't have been for Star Wars and for the MCU.
Right.
So I mean, it's the same thing. Like, especially with something like comics, which honestly, it just is a hard thing to get into. It just is. And whenever you watch a show like WandaVision or Falcon and Winter Soldier, and you're like, I just don't know where to start. But I liked this show. I liked, hey, you go walk into a shop and say, hey, I liked Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't know, can you give me something like that? That's a great place for a shop to be able to direct you, and it's a good resource to have.
Right, and you're not going to get that at a Barnes & Noble unless, like, the guy that's doing the graphic novels is like, oh, yeah, I know exactly what to get you. They'll probably be like, here's our graphic novels. Figure it out.
Yeah.
So, all right, so that's the news. That's the big news. Marvel is moving on with Penguin Random House as their distributor. They're still going to have somewhat of a, sounds like a relationship with Diamond. We'll see how long that lasts. DC just kind of cut the cord. We'll see if Marvel does the same, or if they'll kind of just let it right off into the sunset in October, but we'll have to wait and see. When we know more from our friend Ron over at Collected, we will let y'all know how he feels about it. Maybe we'll have him on the show at some point so he can give his thoughts about it and what the market is actually thinking about the move. But other than that, you're watching this on YouTube, so please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. We would greatly appreciate it. We're giving we got a giveaway going on right now. Trying to get that sub count up, so we're trying to hit those milestones. So at 100, we're giving away, well, you know what, I'll put that video at the end of this video. You can see what we're giving away. But that being said, our show is going to be live on Fridays. It's always live on Fridays on twitch.tv/2fatguyspullist at what time, Nate?
8 p.m. Central.
8 p.m. Central. So if you're seeing this on Thursday or any other day and it's not Friday yet, come on and hang over on Twitch with us live, and we'll talk some comics, the pulls for that week. So that being said, read some more comics, and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
Later.